Hello, my name is Meg Cox. I have written a number of books about ritual and celebration. And as these weeks of quarantine go on and on and on, I wanted to share some ideas about how we can create and use rituals to stay connected to all those people we're not allowed to hug right now. So, what is a ritual? A ritual is something that we do with care and purpose, and we repeat it. And if it's something that accrues meaning, we repeat it and repeat it, and we get a lot out of that. So there have been some amazing community social rituals that have just sprung out of this coronavirus situation. One of them is that every day at 7 p.m. in New York City, people fling open their windows and they clap and holler in support of all the frontline healthcare workers. This is a beautiful thing. Another thing that started happening, and I think it began out west, and it's spread all over the country now, is that a lot of people, they stop whatever they're doing at 8 p.m. at night, they go outside, and they howl like wolves. And they do it, it releases some of the tension and frustration that we're all feeling, but there's also this beautiful feeling of connection to other human beings. So how do we do that with our friends and family right now? And so I'm just going to give you some ideas, and I hope that they're helpful. Now, I know some quilters who live far apart, and they're very dear friends, and they wanted to keep in touch, and this is way before the virus. And they came up with this idea of doing virtual coffee breaks, sometimes virtual wine breaks, and one gets in touch with the other, and then they connect. They connect through technology, and they really keep their friendship tight. And one of them actually made a quilt. You can see the coffee cups on top of their heads. So we have all these tools now, FaceTime and Zoom, that we're using to do our work and our workouts in these times. So use some of these tools in your life to stay connected. I know people who are cooking together apart. They're making the same recipe and they're checking in on each other, and they're having fun with that. I know a woman who's a widow, and every single Monday night she has dinner on Zoom with her 3 best friends. So you can use this to start a virtual book group. You can use it so many different things. Part of this is about finding a satisfying, fun activity and then building it into your schedule and really having regular times that you do it. So I know this grandmother out in California, Donnie Boyd, and she started a game that she calls Guess That Photo, that she does all the time with her grandchildren. And she sends them a photograph of something she's taken around her house or her yard, often in extreme close-up, and they have to guess what it is. And then they do the same to her. So there are lots of ways you can use this. Part of this is all about getting organized and getting a bunch of people to do the same thing at the same time. And there is enormous power in that. And how do I know this? Well, I had a birthday last month, and I was supposed to have a bunch of people over for dinner, and it was right after the lockdown started. And so they just couldn't come. And what surprised me and delighted me, that at 6:30 p.m. on the night this was supposed to happen, at the exact time when people were supposed to be showing up on my doorstep, instead I got text after text after text. My phone was blowing up, and every single one of them had sent me, and this is obviously organized, a short video where they did a virtual toast. They were either holding a glass or a bottle, and they said how much they love me, and they said happy birthday, and it just meant so much. So who can you do that for? Who in your life, in your circles, needs that right now? And you know what else? The post office still works. Who needs a barrage of postcards right now to cheer them up? You must know people like that. I mean, I actually started a ritual of, I have all this beautiful stationery and envelopes and things. What was I saving it for? I send something out every day to somebody I care about to stay connected to them. So what are the rituals that have helped me the most in this time? Well, there's 2 right now. One is that for however many weeks we're counting so far, I have had a daily walk with my 85-year-old neighbor, Ann. She still works full-time. She's doing great. But just that we do it every single day, and because we do it together, it gets done every day. I have enjoyed watching the spring unfold. I have enjoyed getting to know her better. It's been really a terrific connecting ritual for me. And there's one other. It's virtual, but it's been incredibly connecting and powerful for me. So there's a woman named Catherine Mansfield who is a social worker, and her expertise is in resilience and trauma. And she started a thing that she does. It's through a Facebook group. It's a private Facebook group, but very easy to join. And it's called Dancing Resilience. And what she does is 5 times a day, she's a kind of DJ, cheerleader, DJ, and from her house or her backyard, she will play like 4 or 5 songs, and it's really music that your body just makes you move. You just have to move. And it might be Motown, and it might be samba, whatever it is. And people are doing it on Zoom, and that's how you get the Zoom connections through Facebook. And there are people all over the world doing it. It's a pretty small group of people, but you just do your own thing. And then at the end, everybody just says simply where they're dancing from. And I have found this to be energizing, and I just feel really connected with these people who I don't really know. But this has been a beautiful ritual for me. So I have a bunch more ideas. I did a blog post on this, so it's at megcox.com. You can look that up, and it's got a bunch more ideas, and I link to things like an article about how to use Zoom in case that's something you're having trouble with. So hey, stay safe out there and stay connected.